Welcome back with the Dire Dungeon Master Daily Sketch. We're doing some animal creature designs coming up here, and that means using some anatomy. So I think it's time to actually talk about PureRef, just a little bit at least, because it is a overlay, has an overlay reference capability as well as a relative pathing. So here you can see I have a reference board here for my Devil Cat creature design. So this is like a good general feline comparative anatomy design. There's those little devil cat tail and ears, and it's skinless. So you'll see. I was going to put some scales on there too. But it's really fun app. It's free, and I have a set of notes here that I use, and so that I think is important to take this free industry standard software and incorporate it into your referencing because if Sketches is great, it's also good to have a little reference. So I think the last one I did was a bear, and it became a little bit of a bear because I had my bear skull up in front of me. So I think his lower jaw was off, and I didn't want to stop. But so full screen on and off, being able to select images. So going in here um, and just setting this up so I at least have a couple pieces I can play around with. So I think one of the things I can do here, I copied and pasted an image of this so you could take and actually paste the image of the shortcut keys directly into your pure reference. So just so you're getting, I still don't have the hang of it. The overlay those right here in the green. It's Control Y to overlay, and then Control Alt Shift click drag. Man, yeah, Control Alt Shift. That's actually kind of common in a lot of these programs. You do the Control Alt Shift and then a key to do something. Here's the overlay of the opacity. So I'm going to give this a shot here. There's also a little always on top pin up here. And so there's the stack, create a note, reset the crop. Here's a rotate, resize, full screen, select all images. Here's always on top, Control Shift A. So I think this little pin up here does the same thing. And there's always on top of as well, which is right up here. So I have those ones highlighted. So yeah, I think I could take this piece here and let's see, I'll just bring it over, like say right in there where I have the skulls and everything. Make it a bit smaller. There you go. There's our lion skull, a fun one. There's a bit of a close up. I thought I had one more, just the skull. I guess I did not. Okay. Made so many of these over the years now, I forget which ones I had. So I could just leave it there as well. But if I start sculpting, I think just move that out of the way now that I have cropped that in here. So the always on top and the overlay, Control Y. So the thing about Control Y, let's see if I hit Control Y, there you go. It kind of does the whole, like full screened it. I wasn't anticipating that. Thought it was gonna be overlay and then the Control Alt Shift click drag. So let's try this one first. Let's go always on top and let's do a Control Alt Shift and left drag. There you go. Okay, so it does just the one that I had selected. Okay, interesting. Let's try it again. And do that one always on top, and then we'll do the Control Alt Shift and left drag. Oh, only which ones are selected, huh? Interesting. Okay, so Control F. So that full screened it. And I really just wanted these ones right here though for right now for the head. I guess the side one would be useful too. Really just making a new piece and like rearranging these, I think is what I've ended up doing. So I'll just hit a control, whoops. We'll just go down here to my PureRef and we'll make another PureRef file. There we go. And now I can just take this and put it in there. And then we can take the head, copy, paste it in there. I should be able to click and just click drag. Whoop, no, guess not. Okay. Oops. There we go. So I'm just copying and pasting from one PureRef file to another. This one as well. These are all in my animal anatomy folder that I shared with everyone. There we go. Copy and paste. All right, so there we go. So I'm going to do a lion's head, right? And so what I really need to do is just hold down C and just click drag, and that will, um, when I have the file selected, it will give me the head. This one's really useful. I like the two stages of this from the skull. That actually is really helpful. This one as well. So let's go in there, start that one out, and I'll duplicate this one. So copy and paste, and we'll make sure we have the meat just right over the skull, the subcutaneous or the muscles that are not visible um, through the skin, the ones that are underneath the muscles that you see in the surface. So you know what's kind of built up on, and the ones, I mean, you still can see some of these, but these are really showing the ones that are below. So I find that all really useful. So as you're doing these quick sculpt sketches, and we're doing, big cat, there we go. So now I have kind of this range, and it also shows up here um, the movement of the jaw. And so if I stack it vertically like that, let's see, I'll do this one here, and then I can take this and bring it over there. There we go. So that's what I would suggest doing. I can just leave this to the side. But if we want to try some of these shortcut keys now, it might be a little bit easier. I might create a reference over there as well. So let's give this a shot. So we're going to do Control Shift A, so always on top, and then Control Alt Shift A. Okay, there we go. So let's see if I open this. Yes, now it's always on top. Very cool. And then if we want to change the opacity, go in here, I'm going to go Control Y. Whoa, Control Y one time. And then see, Control Y did the overlay, I'm sorry. And then Control Alt Shift drag to change the opacity. And that doesn't work. So it seems like it wants me to select all the images first. Let's see, let me try it again. Yeah, like I said, I don't have this memorized yet, so this is kind of a bad demo, I suppose. Let me pause and try this for a second. The amazing world of pre-recorded video. Okay, yeah, so I have my PureRef window here. I got all the pieces that I want to play with the opacity, so I'm going to grab these images here and then Control-Alt-Shift drag, and it lowers the opacity down. So that's pretty cool. I'll show you why here in a minute. So now if I hit Control Y and I grab all these pieces, oops, make sure, yeah. So now I have to move these. I wish I could just marquee drag all of them, move them out of the way. There we go. So I can grab these pieces, I can move them over the top of my interface. Now if I want to make it where I can't accidentally click on these ones here, then I would freeze the PureRef file here. So that is done with Control T, transparent to mouse enabled. Okay, so now I cannot click on any of that. And there I can now bring the reference right over the top. So if I go back over here, if I want to unfreeze it, let's see if this will work. Yeah, and I guess to unfreeze this, where I can actually move some of these images around, I have to go down to the PureRef file itself, go into this one, and then there is a icon disable transparent mode right there. That's the only way of, whoa, didn't know it would undo the overlay too. There it goes. Should still be, so if I go Control Shift A, it's just not locked anymore. So I had to unlock it. Okay, so if I wanted to, for instance, take this one head here, and again, it's on transparency, and I'll blow this up like that. And then I'll take this other head here, and we'll blow that one up like that. Move them around. Arrange them however you want, right? I'm just kind of giving you one idea of how to do it. And there we go. And there's the skull and the head there like that. So this can be super useful. Maybe we don't need this, right now. So I have to open in another window so I can just delete that. I just wanted to give that as an option in case you're having more or less files open while you're working. But there we go. And then Alt Shift Control and then left click, I can make it more or less transparent. So each of these can then also be made less transparent. Maybe don't need this one at the moment. Although I thought to do in stages, I'll probably come back to this. And I'll do these steps and stages of the skull to the first set of muscles and then put the almost like a lion écorché, if you will. Okay, so if you want to freeze this, we're going to hit Control T, and now it's frozen. And now there we go. So now I'm back. I can only do this one. Okay, so that's how I would use the PureRef tools here. Overlay, Control Y, change the opacity, freeze it, so that Control T, and then you just have to remember that you have to go down to the PureRef file down here to unfreeze it manually right here. There's the disable transparent mode, disable overlay mode, and disable always on top. So, okay, I'm going to go back and give this a shot in the next video.